Hi there everyone, Andrew Roberts here. Today we're very lucky to be bringing you an interview and a bit of a discussion around marketing, and I've got Troy here, wave to the camera Troy, who's going to share with us some ideas around marketing and some ideas around how you shift from working in the business to on the business. Now Troy, just to share your business name and where you're based for the audience to know a little bit more about you.
Yes, so we're based in Toowoomba. We're a podiatry business called The Podiatrist. We have hubs circulating out of Toowoomba, so that's where we operate from, but we cover a fair net.
Great, so in this short little video we want to talk to you about marketing, and we want to help you shift and start understanding that you're not just in the business of being a podiatrist, for example, you're actually in the business of marketing a podiatry practice. I think there's a distinction. Yes, you are a podiatrist, but then equally, you're in a business, and part of what we need to do in business is to master marketing. We need to educate people on what it is we do, and in order to see more customers, more clients, and it's a real skill. And I'm going to get Troy to share some of his learnings very shortly around this. But there's two things we're going to look at. And first thing I want to discuss is this opportunity cost of working in versus working on, or seeing clients, patients, versus being out there marketing. And secondly, I want to discuss what marketing is, because for many people are quite confused about marketing and they think it's about just getting more customers. Well, yes it is, but it's so much more. So Troy, from your experience of working with patients, and I mean, just to give an indication, you might make a certain amount of money, say $1,000 you might generate a day. I mean, what would be a typical hourly rate when you're seeing patients?
Oh, it could be anywhere between probably $150, $180 an hour, I guess.
Yep. So you might be doing $150, $180 an hour. So let's say Troy does 5 days, or let's even say 4 days a week just seeing patients. So obviously, Troy, where would you max out at that particular level?
Oh, look, depending on the type of patient, you can be anywhere from 1,000, maybe 2,000 to 3,000 a day, possibly if you're going well.
Yeah, and so if you look at that, let's say it's $1,000 a day. He's working 4 days a week, $4,000. Troy's very rapidly going to reach a ceiling, okay, which is around about $16,000 per month. Now, Troy, I want to ask you to explain the opportunity cost of that. So that's good money, there's no doubt about it, we can't deny that, making that money is good money, but what's the opportunity cost that podiatrists, someone running a podiatry practice may be missing out on?
Well, for a start, you're reaching a capacity very quickly on a particular rate. What I've learned is to actually devote some time away from patients and look at the long-term value that hour can develop through marketing and other strategies. It compounds, and the numbers actually can blow you away.
Yeah, so Troy, and you've learned over the years that you could generate that $1,000 for that day, but have you started to see that, wow, I can actually do work over here and make $10,000, yeah, $20,000? Absolutely,
and that, things in that space include, spending that extra hour training a new podiatrist, just to see the things that you've seen through your experience, or working with a referrer and explaining to them what you can actually offer and how you can help their patients. Those sorts of things pay you back time and time again, far more than that $150 or $180 you may get in that particular hour.
Yeah, so what we need to look at in marketing in my world is $1,000 an hour work, minimum. In some cases $3,000 an hour, and it's hard to get your head around this. So you may be making $150 an hour over here, but over here we can do $1,000 an hour work. And it's only when you learn this skill over here that you start to be comfortable letting go of this work over here and maybe finding someone else to do this work for you while you work on this higher hourly rate. So we can't go into this whole topic. It's a day's training. There's so much more information that we could go into, but marketing, I mean, and Troy now really is understanding this, that it's not just about finding more customers. And from your experience, Troy, what else is marketing to you?
It's a combination of 1%ers, and it traditionally is more patients, more customers. but that requires, there's a cost with that. But small things like increasing your margin, increasing the spend commitment of that patient. Maybe that patient comes back, instead of once a year, maybe twice a year. Those small incremental changes have a massive compounding effect, and just small 10% changes here and there, it's significant. It can double your business.
See, it's not just about getting more customers, and as Troy mentioned, how do we improve the lifetime value? Can we even create other things that we may be able to offer that client to help them in an ethical way, that patient? So it's huge and a big thing, Troy, that we've looked at is how much time do you spend actually communicating with your existing customers you've already got on? And how much do we educate them on other areas to improve them? And to just explain the opportunity that you see just there in your practice.
Well, the easiest market to promote yourself to is the one you already have. And they're the patients you've built relationships with, you've built trust with. So if you basically present to them and educate them of the range of services that you can actually offer them and their family and friends, that is a very, very wise investment. And it's amazing as a podiatrist, like how many people just see you as maybe just providing general treatment and nail care, but don't understand the pain and the performance benefits that you can provide, and vice versa. So that's the cost is exponential if you start to get around just education and the value of spending time in that space.
So to finish up, understand there is an opportunity cost, and sometimes we're so busy seeing patients that we're not even aware what the opportunity cost actually is, and we don't even have the time to find out how we can operate at a much higher value. And secondly, marketing's way bigger than just finding new clients and new patients. It's all about looking at the whole array of all these other things that we can offer. So a couple of short tips. Thank you, Troy, for sharing your advice. And anything else, any final thoughts?
No, not at that stage, but just something, it's to open your mind too. As a health professional, marketing can be a dirty word, but I tend to look at it as a way of adding value to my existing patients, providing a better service and education.
Great. So thanks a lot for that, and really start to study the art of marketing. It's a skill that will take your practice